Hi everyone, this is Ruhi. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm gonna be talking about the skincare mistakes that I have done in my life, and I regret that I should have known few things when I started doing my skincare. And there are few things that nobody talks about and nobody has told you. Maybe people don't pay attention to these things, but there are few articles that I read, few videos, and few people talking or reviews. And from my own experiences, I have learned a few things that I would love to tell you guys, so that you don't do the mistakes that I did, and you also get to learn a lot, so your skincare stays put and gets more effective than it should be. Yeah, without wasting any more time, let's get started. My first point: always wash your face with the lukewarm water. Why? I'll tell you why. So when you wash your face with cold water, I think and I genuinely feel that it's not that effective in removing all the dirt from my face accumulated here and there. I don't feel that clean, and if you wash your face with hot water, your skin will feel dry and irritated and dehydrated and that kind of stretchy and all. But when you wash your face with lukewarm water, and I'm talking about lukewarm is just lukewarm, just a little bit of warm tinge to your water. When you wash your face with that, it loosens up the dirt from your skin, and thereby when you wash it with the cleanser, it just wipes out everything. And also the best part, it does not strip off the moisture from your skin, and you don't feel dehydrated after you wash off your face. Second point: use toner on wet face. Now I learned this quite recently, I would say about 2 months back, and I've been using toner since quite a long time, about 2-3 years I guess, and I have always used it after cleansing my face, because that is the next step, right? After cleansing you have to tone your face. So I've used it after cleansing my face, after drying my face with a towel and then applying the toner. But I read it somewhere and I found it that when you apply toner to your damp skin, it actually retains the toner, the hydration that you get from the toner, much more longer than a dry skin. And I read few articles which suggests that a damp skin, a wet skin, absorbs better products than a dry skin. So when I apply a toner, I apply it after cleansing my face and I let it dry for some time. When it's just almost dried and not completely dried, I use my serum or moisturizer or sunscreen, whatever your next step is. But use the toner on your damp skin and let it dry for some time. I am sure I have felt myself that my skin feels more plump and firm and hydrated than when I apply it on my dry skin. Third point: wear sunscreen all the time. Now people keep asking me, and I have noticed, and even I myself had that doubt until I researched it myself, that unless you're a person who lives in a house where there are no windows and no doors at all, you are supposed to use a sunscreen, darling, because the sun rays enters inside your house and the UV radiation would obviously impact and darken the acne scars, the pigmentations, and everything that you're getting on your face. The UV radiation, what it does, you cannot see the harm that it's causing, but it will keep on darkening the pigmentation and the acne scars and stuff. So we don't want that. You don't want that, right? I've been using sunscreen since about 7 to 8 months now. I'm very new to sunscreen. I know I realized it late, that's why I'm telling you guys. So use sunscreen every day, even when you are at home. And I have myself felt that no suntans on face and neck and skin, no suntans at all, and no more my acne scars and the pigmentation part darkening itself, because I keep on using skincare. So now the skincare can happily do its work without any harm from sun's radiations and anything. Switch from physical exfoliators to chemical exfoliators. Now we all have used physical exfoliators in life. I have used this since my school college days, I guess, and all of us would have that walnut scrub, typical walnut scrub we all have used in our childhood days, and some of us are still using that. So I would suggest you to please do not use physical exfoliators anymore, and if you really have some skin problems, try using chemical exfoliators. Now why is this? Physical exfoliators would only you have to scrub it off, and you have to rub it off. It's not gentle on skin first of all, and you have to rub it off on your skin, scrub it hard, so it just reacts or smoothens the topmost layer of your skin and not the gunk, the dirt and the oil we have inside our skin. It does not affect anything inside our skin, so it's completely temporary. Now about chemical exfoliators, we have different types of chemical exfoliators like AHA, BHA, niacinamide and so many others. Now what they does is, AHA is something that would react to top 1 or 2 layers or 3 layers of your skin, and thereby smoothing out and removing the gunk, the dirt from your pores and trying to reduce the hyperpigmentation. Now one AHA, I have reviewed it on my channel, Pixi Glow Tonic. It is a completely mind-blowing product. Everyone, if you have acne scars and pigmentation on your skin or skin related problems, go ahead and try it. I highly recommend it. I have used it myself. I know the feel, I know how big change it has brought to my skin, and I totally recommend it. About BHA, it penetrates 8 to 10 layers deep into your skin, and it would permanently cure your skin for pigmentation, scars and all the skin problems that you could have, blackheads and whiteheads stuff. So BHA is quite powerful. You don't want to start with BHA directly. Start with AHA and then try it for a month maybe, and then you can start using BHA if you feel that AHA suits you. If you're a noob and if you are a beginner at chemical exfoliators, I would suggest do not start beginning with the BHA. Start with AHA and then move forward. I have spoken details about the chemical exfoliators in my Pixi Glow Tonic video. If you haven't checked it out, please go check it out. I'll put the link somewhere in the description box below. So I recommend you use a chemical exfoliator instead of a physical exfoliator. Fifth point, pull skincare down till your neck. I have been a person whose neck color and face color has always been different since childhood. Now since I've been using skincare as well, it's just the same. My face color is totally different, my neck color is different. My face color would match with my chest color here, and my neck color is completely dark. It's, I guess, about 3 tones darker than my face. Now since I have started using skincare, now everything I use on my face, I pull it down till my neck. Cleanser, toner, serum, moisturizer, essence, sunscreen, whatever I'm using on my face, I use it on my neck also, and I have visibly seen results. My face and my neck slowly getting evening out. I won't say that it'll just even out in a month or 2. I know it's a long-term process. I know skincare takes time, and it will take time. Maybe after a year or something, I can find that my neck and my skin and my face skin is all the same and it doesn't look different. So yeah, I highly recommend you to pull down your skincare till your neck. Point number 6, double cleansing your face. You can just wash your face and then just wipe it off with a towel. It would do that job. No, you should always double cleanse your face. Why? I'll tell you why. Because when you're someone, if you're using makeup, you should always take a wet wipe or take a makeup remover, oil based or not oil based, or a normal micellar water. You can take that and just wipe off all the makeup from your skin and then wash your face. Now what happens is, if you just go and wash your face, do the face wash with a soap or facial cleanser, facial foam, whatever you prefer. Now when you do that, what happens, you still got the makeup and the blush or the pollution or the dirt left out somewhere. Now mark my words, you go out, you use makeup and come back home and just wash your face. Take a cotton pad and wipe off your face with a micellar water or something, which would completely remove the makeup or the dirt and pollution from your face, and you will find hints of makeup and pollution or dirt from your face on that cotton pad. Why? Because it's still left out, and that is why double cleansing is very important. First, you can cleanse it with micellar water or any makeup remover or a baby wipes or makeup wipes if you are not someone who uses makeup, and then maybe you can soap cleanse your face after that. Point number 7, pat your skincare. Now the skincare comes in layers. We use toners, we use serums, we use moisturizers, we use essence, we use sunscreen. Now when you start rubbing each layer, what happens, I have just applied toner, I have let it dry and I'm applying something else, and when I start rubbing it off, what happens, the toner beneath that layer would start moving. it would start stripping off, it won't stay there. And then again I'll apply some essence, and then again I'll start rubbing it, the bottom 2 layers would move. I'll take serum, and then again I'll start massaging it on my face, the bottom layers will move. So always do what? Pat your skincare, take it in your hands, rub it in your fingers, and then you can slowly maybe pat it on your face so it completely sinks into your skin. I would highly suggest you give a 1 minute or 30 seconds break. If you don't have time, give it a small gap, so the skincare products get a little bit of time to sink into your skin on itself without any more product loading on your face. So I highly recommend you to please tap your skincare and not start rubbing it, as though the layers beneath, the skincare beneath that you have used would not strip off, the application would be seamless, and the product can do its job. Point number 8, don't pick or touch your face. Consciously or subconsciously, we are talking somewhere and acha, like this, okay, acha, we'll keep touching our face, we'll come back to our face and we'll like something like this, acha, we'll talk and we'll touch our face, consciously or subconsciously, it doesn't matter. But what happens is, you meet a friend, you shake hands, you touch a book, you hold a table, you eat something, or your hand is on somewhere, obviously your hands would be dirty. Now when you touch your face, you are transferring the dirt on your face again. And when you get teeny tiny bumps on your face, little ones, which is not even a pimple, you won't call it a pimple, you might call it fungal acne, you might call it this and that, I am not sure, I am not a dermatologist to talk about the technical terms of the skin problems. But when all of these problems arises out of nowhere, even after you using so much of skincare, even if you're someone who's taking care of your skin, these all things arises and people wonder why is that. Now when you transfer all the dirt on your face, that comes because the dirt would go nowhere but sink into your skin like your skincare, and obviously it will cause these kind of problems. So I tried testing. I did not touch my face for the entire 7 days, and then I realized that the acne, the little bump that I used to get is not appearing anymore. And I know that the maximum amount of bumps comes on forehead or here and on the cheeks. Why? Because we touch it the most. We start scratching our forehead, we start holding our cheeks, keeping our hand here, so the dirt and the pollution or whatever, it gets transferred into my skin and it will cause bumpy stuffs on the entire face, which we don't want. Try it, try controlling it, and you would surely notice the difference. And if you do, please let me know in the comment section below. I would love to know. Point number 9, start masking. Now, why masking? Is it necessary? Even after using so much of skincare, why do you need masking? I'll tell you why. I highly recommend using a clay mask. They are available from a lot of different brands. And if you're someone who obviously has a question, why clay mask? What would clay masks do? Clay masks have the potential to absorb oil from your skin and prevent your skin from acne problems like blackheads, whiteheads, pimples and stuff. How? Because these kind of acne form because of excessive oil or dirt accumulation inside your pore. Clay mask would help pull out all those dirt and oil from inside your pores and thereby preventing any formation of acne on your skin. Now you should do masking once or twice a week, I would highly suggest. Now about the mask, Pond's has also launched clay masks, Nykaa has also launched clay masks, I guess L'Oreal has also done. My favorite is Innisfree Super Volcanic Clay Mask. Try it, you will not regret. You will fall in love with the clay mask. Too good to be true. I love it totally. And you should use a clay mask once in a week or once in 2 weeks, depends on your preference. But you should always invest in a mask because a clay mask is very, very important. Now my last point, my best point and my favorite part is, please invest in a serum. Now what is a serum? Serum is a skincare product that you apply post cleansing and before moisturizing your face with the intent of delivering the most powerful ingredients directly into the skin, which would deal with your skin problems right from the root. And serum has all kinds of vitamins and collagens in it, which effectively deals with your skin problems, and you can see a firmer, a brighter, a smoother skin, scar-free skin in in the long run, or maybe in a month or so, depends on what kind of serum you're using, I highly recommend a serum. I've been using vitamin C serum from Innisfree. It's a great serum. I have reviewed it in my channel. If you haven't checked it out, please go check it out. The Innisfree Pore Brightening Kit, it's already live up on my channel. I love how it has acted on my skin. I love how vitamin C has helped my skin in removing the acne scars, the pigmentation. My skin is more even out. Vitamin C serum has helped me a lot, and even I have just placed an order of ordinary niacinamide serum. I've heard a lot of reviews, I have read a lot about that serum, and I would love to try how it performs on my skin. I am also going to post a review on niacinamide serum soon after I try it for about a month or so, but until then, please invest in a serum. Vitamin C serum or green tea seed serum by Innisfree, or vitamin C serum from Garnier, anything that fits your pocket or fits your preference, fits your needs. You could always invest in a serum, but it's a must. How do you use serum? You cleanse your face, you apply toner. If you have toner, then apply a toner, otherwise you can skip the part. Then you apply a serum, and then you apply moisturizer, and then sunscreen. Just to conclude from here, never skip a moisturizer and sunscreen. They are must. Especially sunscreen is a big must, and one sunscreen that I would love to recommend is Neutrogena sunscreen SPF 50+. I have even reviewed the sunscreen on my channel. You can go check it out. So yeah, that was my short video on the skincare tips that I wish I would have knew earlier, so I could have maybe taken more advantage of the skincare products that I was using, and it would have been a little more beneficial than it has been since a long time now. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give my video a big fat thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more such content. Do not forget to click the bell icon under this video so you don't miss any update from my channel. I'm gonna see you soon in my next video with lots of amazing content, so stay tuned. See you soon. Bye bye.